Hey, hun, I hope work is going well. Is it alright if I ask you something? What do you want? Could you pick up some diapers for Katie on your way home? We should have enough to make it until tomorrow, but I just want to be safe.
Oh, why didn't you buy some earlier?
She's been really fussy today, so I didn't have a chance to go shopping. And now I've got to start getting dinner ready, and I also want to give her a bath. Please?
Shouldn't part of your job as a stay-at-home mother be to try not to bother me? What do you even do all day?
Sorry, but it's tiring doing all of the housework and taking care of Katie all by myself. She's been crying through the night a lot recently.
No, it's tiring working all day to put food on the table. Do you not understand that? Ah, of course. I guess you wouldn't, since you can just lounge around the house all day long. And worse, you know that it stresses me out having to deal with people. So where do you get the nerve to try and make me do your shopping?
Why can't you ever say anything supportive? I'm doing my best over here. Why can't you acknowledge that?
If you were doing your best, then you wouldn't be bothering me. Not to mention the house is a pigsty recently. Don't you think you've been slacking off ever since you had the kid?
I have to take care of Katie now. I don't have anywhere near as much time for cleaning as I used to. Can you try and be a little understanding of how hard it is to raise a kid?
Don't make excuses. Who do you think it is that puts food on the table? You don't contribute a penny. But despite that, all you do is complain. I think there's something the matter with you.
You know she's your daughter too, Charles. At least for her sake, do you think you could manage to just buy some diapers?
Not having diapers is your mistake. Me being her father has nothing to do with that.
Whatever, I get it, fine. I've got to go buy them now then. So dinner is going to be a little late.
Excuse me? I expect dinner to be ready for me when I get home.
There's no way. I have to go buy the diapers now, so there's no way to get dinner ready on time.
Fine. I'll just go out after work. You really are a useless woman, you know?
What? Useless woman? Who talks to people that way?
You can't even take care of the kid or keep the house clean, and in spite of that, you just whine. Oh, it's absurd.
You've really changed since we got married, you know that? You're the one who asked me to stop working when we got married, and I went along with it. But you've been way harder on me ever since. It seems like nothing I do can please you. I know I can't work now that we have Katie, but I never wanted to quit working in the first place.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I never asked to be a stay-at-home mother or a housewife, and when Katie gets bigger, I want to go back to work. At that time, I expect us to split all of the house responsibilities equally.
What are you even talking about? You just don't want to clean or take care of your kid.
No! But I want you to stop acting like those things are my job just because I'm a woman and I'm not working right now. I want us to both work together to take care of our child in our home.
If that's what you want, maybe you should try and just pull your weight first while you're not working. I go out every day to work and provide for this family. What can you do? You can't even do simple tasks that pay nothing, but you still want to backtalk me?
Hey, Charles, the credit card bill just came in. It says we spent over $1,500 last month. What did you buy?
Nag. I earn the money so I can spend it however I want.
It looks like a lot of it was at women's shops. It kind of looks like you've been buying things for another woman.
And what if I was? Do you have something to say about it?
Are you serious?
I don't see why it's so bad if I fool around with other women. I'm still paying for the house. You're still getting by, aren't you?
I know we're living off your money, but we're really only just getting by every month. If you're going to spend your money on another woman, I wish it would be on your daughter. And why do you need another woman? I'm your wife.
Like I said, you're getting by, aren't you? You have nothing to complain about.
I've had to dip into my savings from when I was single to cover things, but those savings are going to run out soon.
Well, I guess you're going to have to be a bit more careful from here on out. Anyway, going out with other women is a kind of status symbol for a man. And your figure hasn't come back after the birth. Your sex appeal is totally gone. I think that part of your life might be over. So, if you don't want me to be out with other women, maybe you'd better do something about your figure.
You're horrible. What a horrible thing to say. You're the worst.
So what? You got a problem?
I want a divorce. I can't take this anymore. I don't want to take it anymore.
A divorce. Do you think you can take care of Katie with no job and no savings? In these times, you really think any company wants someone like you with no proper work experience?
I don't know, but...
Women never think things through all the way. Think about your situation calmly and reevaluate things. And even if we were to divorce, I wouldn't pay any alimony. That's why you're talking about divorce, right? You think you can get money out of me, don't you?
Why? You would have to pay. It's the law.
You can't prove I've cheated. You think these messages count as evidence? All I have to say is I was just kidding and they're useless. You got no money to hire a detective or a lawyer. Just stick to taking care of the house.
I am going to divorce you, Charles. I swear to God.
Sure you are. If you want me to take you seriously, talk to me when you're earning more money than I am. I promise I'll listen then.
I'm leaving. I can't live with you anymore. We'll work out the details of the divorce later, so just contact my lawyer.
Huh? What are you on about? Are you drunk or something?
No, I'm dead serious. Katie and I are already packed. I'll leave the key in the mailbox.
You're bluffing.
I told you I'm serious.
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm the king of this castle. And I thought I told you I wouldn't even begin to entertain this kind of talk until you make more money than me. Did you hit your head or something?
I do make more money than you, jerk.
Excuse me, woman. What's with the attitude? You better watch how you talk to me, Ashley.
I'll talk to you however I want, you fool. Idiot. You can go straight to hell 3 times and back.
Ashley, you need to chill out. And there's no way a simple housewife is making more money than me. I don't know how lying just to try and get a divorce is supposed to work out for you.
I made $3,500 this month. You made $2,500, right?
How is that possible? You don't even work. How could you be making money? I see. You know that scratch tickets don't count as reliable income, right?
Oh, wow, you're hilarious. I've been working at home while you've been at the office. It cost me a bit of sleep, but I've been watching over Katie and doing all the chores and working on the side. But it's been worth it, saving up for this divorce.
You're kidding, right?
God, you're thick. Why would I need to bother lying to you? After you talked about cheating on me a few months ago, I got busy. It's not like I just suddenly started making $3.5K. I only made $200 the first month, but I kept working and studying and the money started coming in. It's not like it was easy. This money is my blood, sweat, and tears.
That's kind of amazing. I had no idea you had this in you. With this kind of money, we could actually save for retirement and provide Katie with a good education and plenty of extracurriculars.
I told you, I'm using this money on the divorce. I'm not sure what exactly comes after that, but if I continue with this job, I reckon I can provide Katie with a pretty good upbringing. Oh, yeah, and I've had a private detective collecting evidence of your cheating since last month, by the way. So whatever else happens, we're getting that divorce.
Hold on a sec. Divorce isn't that easy, you know? And if we get divorced, Katie's gonna be that kid whose parents are divorced. Plus, with both of us going to the trouble of working, don't you think she'd get a better upbringing if we all lived together?
You want to force me to keep losing sleep taking care of Katie by myself, while also doing all the chores and working on top of it? Taking care of you has been a constant drag on me. I think Katie and I can live a much more relaxed life with just the two of us, and no one there to whine about the housework all the time. We don't really have any need for you.
So what was I to you? Just some ADM? As soon as you're able to make money for yourself, you just want to throw me away?
What? I started making money for myself just to get away from you and to stop being treated like a maid. And besides, who was it exactly who said that you would accept my opinion once I was making more money than you?
Sure, I said that, but I didn't think you could actually earn any money. But I get it now. I acknowledge that you are very capable. So, now that we're finally both coming from the same place, I'll split the housework and childcare.
Pass. We've already left the apartment. The next time I see you will be at the divorce proceedings.
Think long and hard about what you're doing, Ashley. It's unquestionably better for a child to have both parents rather than a single mom. Stop and think about Katie for a second, and then come back home, alright? And have dinner ready by the time I get home from work. Ashley? Please come back. Almost all of our communication has just been through lawyers. Why won't you talk to me face to face? We're not divorced yet, so don't you have an obligation to listen to your husband?
Talking with you puts undue stress on my mental health. On top of that, Katie's still small. I don't have time to talk with you endlessly. I'm just glad I've got a lawyer now who can listen to all of your BS for me.
After you left, I realized how much I depended on you. The place is a mess without you here. I have no idea what I should wear to work. I forget to take stuff to the dry cleaners and I have no time to do laundry.
Sounds like a personal problem. Just because you're finally realizing this now doesn't mean I want to hear you talk about it.
Hey, where are you living now? There's no way you went all the way back to your parents' place, right?
Doesn't matter where I am. Hurry up and sign the divorce papers. If you don't, the divorce will go to mediation.
Mediation? That's like where we talk and work something out, right?
Hopefully. I know you don't want the divorce, but I do. No matter how long we continue like this, things won't move forward.
No, I don't want the divorce.
Despite all the awful things you said to me, and despite the fact that you cheated on me, who do you think it is that brought us to this point? Looking down on me, making fun of me, and being completely selfish? That was you. It's your fault we're here.
That's just how things always were in the old days. I just wanted to be a man's man, like how I was brought up.
What year is it right now? What world are you living in? And besides, you were a perfect gentleman before we were married. You really just wanted a maid with nowhere else to go who would follow your every whim. Am I right? You heel-turned the second I quit my job.
That wasn't my intention.
Oh, so what was your intention then? Oh, ever since you left, I can't even find my socks. I can't even go to the dry cleaners. I can't even wake up in the morning. You're too funny.
Ashley, I'm really having trouble. I can't even concentrate on my work like this. I can't live by myself.
Somehow I'm managing to take care of my housework, raise our child, and go to work just fine. Although I have to admit it's much easier now that I don't have to take care of you as well. You can't even look after yourself.
Before we got married, my mom did most of this stuff for me.
Sounds like your mother spoiled you. But that's great, isn't it? After we get divorced, you can just go live with your parents again and Mommy can take care of you.
My parents are telling me to go back home, actually, but everything is not exactly peaches and cream over there.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
She's already back home, but she still has to recuperate and can't walk, so she's asking me to help out with the housework over there, too.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck with that.
I can't do it. Please help me.
I'm going to refuse on the grounds of not wanting anything to do with you anymore. This is your mother who took care of you all those years. Be a good son and take care of her for once.
But I can't even take care of my own stuff. There's no way I can take care of her also.
So hire a caretaker.
But a caretaker isn't there all the time, and they cost money. I can't afford to hire one on my salary. Plus, Mom doesn't really want a stranger in the house.
Well, sounds like you've got your work cut out for you then, huh? It's always but this and but that with you. You're not a child. Grow up and get with the program.
But I really can't do it.
You hurt me, neglected your child, and cheated on me. And after that, you want me to take care of your mother. There's no way. Are you out of your mind?
Up until now, you did what I asked you, didn't you?
Back then, I was trying to help you as your wife. Now I'm just trying to get away from you as fast as possible.
I was wrong, okay? Just give me one more chance to fix things, please. I apologize for all the things I said about women and for belittling housewives.
What do you mean by fix things? What can you even do?
I can work and provide money.
As hard as it was back then, I guess I'm thankful that you provided enough money for us to barely stay alive. But now that I can provide for myself, I don't need you.
Ashley, I can't get divorced. Please don't just throw me away.
What was it you said? You can't even take care of the kid or the housework properly, so you have no room to complain or something like that? See, I remember the things you say to me. Now, not only do you make less money than I do, but you can't even take care of your kid or your housework. You're finished. Talk to me when you can do anything better than I can. I promise I'll listen then. After that, I went into divorce mediation with my ex-husband, and although it took some time, the divorce was finalized. Well, actually, my ex-husband stopped coming to the family court about halfway through the proceedings, so we didn't see each other at all in the end. He said the reason was that the court was too much of a pain, what with work and him taking care of his mother. As a result, alimony and child support all ended up being decided in my favor. The funny thing is that in that sense, I guess I'm pretty glad that my husband was a total good-for-nothing right up until the very end. What's more, it turned out the girl that he'd been cheating on me with worked under him at his company. When I served her with a civil suit for emotional damages, she got so angry and flustered that the two of them got into a big argument at work, and news about their affair got around the office. Apparently, she ended up quitting the company out of embarrassment, and my husband ended up paying his child support. I guess the workplace got very awkward around then, but he sucked it up and continued working. The other day, an acquaintance told me she happened to see him. She said he looks like an old man now, weighed down by work, housework, and taking care of his mom. For someone who belittled women as much as he did, to be so troubled now that a woman in his life has left him, really makes me laugh. I hope he really gets a taste of what it's like to work and take care of a house at the same time, while also taking care of someone else. As for me, I moved back in with my parents. They're helping me take care of Katie, and we're managing to bring her up. I put all of the alimony into a fund for her future. There are plenty of difficulties in having a single mother household, but I'm grateful for her current circumstances. I want to spend each day from now on building a life where Katie can be happy.
Janice, please excuse this text. I tried calling, but you weren't available. On my way to work, I witnessed a terrible accident at an intersection. A little girl was involved in the accident, and I'm here with her, so I'm really sorry, but I'll be a little late.
Which intersection?
The one near 14th Street, Union Square Station.
Oh, that's not so far. If you run, you can make it to work on time.
I'm sorry if I was unclear, so allow me to try explain this again. A little girl has been injured, and I'm waiting with her.
Let me try to explain it to you, Simon. Have you called an ambulance? If you have, you're free to leave. There is nothing more you can do for her, so there's no reason for you to stay with her. If you run, you can still make it to work on time. Punctuality is very important. Simon! You're late! When are you coming to work?
I'm in the ambulance now.
What? Why are you in the ambulance?
The little girl's mother is at work and can't come right away.
I don't understand. You aren't her parent or even a relative. Why are you accompanying her? What you're doing, it's called hypocrisy. It sounds to me like you just don't want to come to work.
I don't care what you think anymore. It's just... I saw a little girl get hit by a car. She's crying and bleeding, and I'm supposed to look the other way and go off to work? I don't want to be that type of heartless person. That's why I'm in the ambulance with her. We'll be at the hospital soon. I will contact you again later.
Get out of the ambulance and cab it to work now! You can still make it to the morning meeting. Simon!
You know that talking on cell phones is forbidden at the hospital.
Are you testing me? I am your supervisor. You answer to me. That includes answering my calls wherever you are. It's not like you're a child. You're going to be 30 soon. Grow up!
I'm not acting like a child. It's because of my age that I'm acting like a responsible, conscientious adult.
Just because you graduated from an Ivy League university, it doesn't give you the right to ignore your superior's orders. I mean, you can't even follow my orders properly half the time.
The little girl's mother has just arrived. I'll head to the company then. Sorry for any inconvenience that I may have caused.
Even if you head over here now, you won't be here in time for the morning meeting. Think about how your selfish actions have troubled me and your colleagues. I'm going to deduct half a day from your PTO for your tardiness. And the cab fare from the hospital, the company will not cover it, so pay for it yourself. This is Ashley, Amber's mother. Thank you for helping my little girl. Amber told me that the two of you had exchanged WhatsApp details. I hope you don't mind that she told me your contact information.
Oh, you didn't need to contact me. I mean, I didn't ask her for her contact details. I'm not that type.
Oh, don't worry. I understand. Kids nowadays often exchange WhatsApp details. It's not a big deal to them. And where are you right now? When I came out of Amber's room, you weren't nearby. I would like to thank you in person for all your help.
You don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything. I'm fine. Really, there is no need.
But you stayed with Amber until she arrived at the hospital. Oh, are you at work? Come to think of it, the accident must have happened on your way to work. I'm really sorry for any inconvenience this has caused you.
No. Actually, I'm at the donut shop around the corner eating a jelly donut.
Excuse me?
My crappy supervisor is going to deduct half a day from my PTOs, so I decided there was no reason I had to rush back to work.
Oh no, I'm really sorry.
No, don't worry. After I finish my donut, I'm gonna go to Best Buy's and look around. I'll have a nice leisurely lunch, perhaps at a steakhouse, and then go to work. I know it sounds pathetic, but this is the way I am. So really, don't worry about me.
Well, in that case, Amber and I have just left the hospital. Can we please take you out for lunch?
Oh, you really don't need to, and you both must be exhausted after what's happened.
I've already taken the day off from work and Amber's not going to school today. I just don't have the energy to make something at home, so we decided to eat lunch and then head home. We both really would like to thank you for your kindness.
Well, in that case, I gladly accept, thank you.
That's wonderful. Shall we all meet at Time Warner Center? I'll make a reservation at the Porter House.
Simon, where are you? It's past 11. Huh? I thought you were giving me the morning off. You're deducting it from my PTO, right?
I don't believe it. Is that head of yours working?
I don't understand.
I told you that your actions have troubled your colleagues and me, right? So shouldn't you show some remorse by coming to work as soon as you can? You are planning on apologizing to your colleagues who had to cover for you, right?
I'm sorry, I will apologize to the people I troubled, but I don't know if that needs to be done during working hours. We'll see how things are and apologize at an appropriate time.
I've had enough. Your attitude is just terrible. I have no choice but to report you to the CEO. And I will ask HR to make a note of this on your permanent record as well.
I see.
There is a strong possibility you may be terminated. Our company's employees must put the needs of the company above all. I heard through the grapevine that your grandmother lives with your parents.
Yes, she does. I don't understand what my grandmother has to do with work.
In that case, it may be better for you to work for another company.
Excuse me?
If you miss work because your grandmother is hospitalized or on her deathbed, we'll need to cover for you. And if she passes, you'll take some time to mourn, right? It's the same when a female employee takes maternity leave or quits after they get married. When I see situations that may possibly hurt the company, I get rid of them as soon as possible.
Janice, I have never lost faith in a human being as I have in you just now. Though I agree that the company is important, there are some things that are even more important.
I told you to stop all that hypocrisy. You make me sick. Anyhow, I will be reporting you to CEO Stevens. It's too late to apologize. Good luck finding your next job. Simon! Please answer your phone.
Is something the matter? It's Sunday, my day off. Though you are my supervisor, I don't think I'm obligated to talk to you on my day off.
Fine, then let's do this by text. What did you say to CEO Stevens?
What do you mean?
He just called me and gave me a verbal warning. He said I had made a false report against you. Why am I in trouble because of you? What did you say to him? Oh, I won't forget this, Simon. I'm going to convince the company to fire you.
Oh, I know all about that. Actually, I'm at CEO Stevens' house right now.
Excuse me?
Remember how I helped that little girl who got hit by a car at the intersection? That little girl, her name is Amber. Her school insisted on presenting a certificate of gratitude at their school assembly.
What?
CEO Stevens and I will be attending the assembly together next Monday.
Hold your horses, huh? What's going on? Simon, explain yourself.
I apologize. I was just talking to CEO Stevens about your report. But Janice, I don't know why you would report me as a compulsive liar who lied about the accident to cover up oversleeping that day. You wrote that I was a heartless man who didn't care about people's misfortune and used them to my own advantage. When I saw you had written that, Janice, I was enraged. So I sent CEO Stevens screenshots of our texts that day.
What? Tell me you're lying. I know you couldn't do that.
CEO Stevens was furious. I think you'll be hearing from him later. I don't know, you may get fired. Anyhow, he said I can go home now, so I'm going home.
He just called me, but I ignored it. We haven't finished our conversation, Simon.
You ignored a call from the CEO. It's not like you're a child. You're going to be 50 soon. Aren't you supposed to answer your supervisor's calls? Wherever you are?
Stop fooling around, Simon. I've decided to forgive you for your attitude, so call CEO Stevens.
What am I supposed to say to him?
What do you think? I apologize for having a bad attitude at work. Tell him that. This whole situation was created by your bad attitude. It's not my fault I misunderstood what happened that day.
Huh? There's no way I'm telling him that.
Don't say no way and just do it. Can't believe a slacker like you gets honored by a school, but a hard worker like me is on the chopping block. I've done so much for the company.
CEO Stevens told me that trust is really important in business. It's important for us to be compassionate, and when in trouble we must seek the compassionate choice, which is why he was so proud of my actions that day. Do you know how happy I was to hear him say that?
What's that? Do you mean if I'm fired, you won't feel any responsibility?
Not one little bit. It has nothing to do with me.
Fine. In that case, I apologize. So call CEO Stevens.
Excuse me?
I apologize for the comments I made. So call CEO Stevens to smooth things over.
Sorry, but no can do.
What? I thought you had no issues with that, being a hypocrite. I'm your supervisor. I've done so much for you over the years. Can't you do this one little favor for me?
I may be a hypocrite, but I won't switch sides for just anyone. I don't want to use any leeway I may have with CEO Stevens on you.
What the? Will you stop this already?
It's too late to apologize. Good luck finding your next job. HR investigated Janice's work performance and found many instances of how she'd harassed her subordinates. Though she was terminated, she tried to convince CEO Stevens what a talented employee she was until the very end. CEO Stevens told her no matter how talented she was, without compassion she was worthless. She left the company defeated. Also, the girl from the accident, Amber, and her mother Ashley, for some reason the three of us go out for dinner from time to time. The other day, Amber told me in confidence that she didn't mind if I became her new father. But Ashley's so beautiful, I'm sure she's not interested in someone like me. Anyhow, I'm so happy I'm able to lead a life of compassion without any stress or hypocrisy.